Hey everybody, what is up? It is Howitzer here, and I want to welcome you back to the Leveler's Tower Part 2 in my Skyrim mod Spotlight series. In the last episode, we left off in the lab and had to cut off right before the best parts of the lab, so we're going to jump in right there and finish off the rest of the Leveler's Tower. Okay, now this first part is actually a perk wall. So all of these different places here on the wall correspond to different perks in your perk tree, and then you can go through and just add these perks at will. So you can pretty much fill a whole tree. Right now I'm actually filling in the illusion tree. And if you look here, you can see it all worked. The illusion tree is filled out just like I did here on the wall. You can change holiday settings of the tower here. They have decorations for Easter and Halloween and whatnot. And then you can spawn items from the DLCs here and other items from the game. This is really good for crafting, where I can spawn all my materials, arrows, pelts, all sorts of cool stuff. They've even got leveler spells. You can change your critical chance. You can change your carrying weight, which I use quite a bit. Don't forget to pick up the weapons in here. These weapons are really nice for starting off. You have two different swords. One is going to give you a force effect and the other one a frost effect. These armors are really cool. They're all custom, but they are very OP, so keep that in mind. You're going to have a light dragon bone, a heavy one, and then we've got some other stuff on the mannequin in the back here. Now, beyond the perks, you can just add points to each skill as well. So here on this wall, you can see where I can increase two-handed, one-handed, and all those different things. You can even modify your magic, your stamina, your health, or cleanse your crimes. Now here we actually have the garden room, but this is upstairs where they kind of have like a trophy room set up. I have to admit, the stuffed graybeard kind of creeps me out in here. Now when you see this little area, make sure to get this spell here and pick up some cabbages, and you'll see why in a minute here. Now this is downstairs from where we just were, and they've actually got like a makeshift basketball court here. You just got to use the spell you just learned, and then you can throw these. It's pretty tough. You don't get much arc on your shot. Oh, come on. Nice, made it. There we go. Now here's the rest of the garden. You've got all of your harvestables growing down here. And then here, everything else growing, and it's all being tended to by dwarven spider robots. You can even tap dwarven oil here. Now they're friendly, so don't worry about them attacking. You've even got a water room here with barnacles to harvest. Now here we have the great temple for all your worship and needs. You can see this guy getting his prey on here. Now this is the sitting room. I actually forget this room all the time. It's a small room off of the basement. This room has all of the standing stones in the game too in one place. And of course it's got a throne when you want to feel like the king. Talk about instant money, they've even got a treasure drop in here. Now that's all the standard areas in the Leveler's Tower. Now spoiler alert, I'm about to show you a huge hidden area in the Leveler's Tower here. Let's take a look. Now in the living quarters here, we had this one room that is just all messed up. Spider webs all over the place and stuff littered all over the floor. If you look at these cabinets here against the back wall, the one in the middle here by itself has got a false back. Now this area will be especially good to all you people that like to play as vampires and werewolves, or if you're just sadistic and crazy. The torture chamber. First off here you've got a cattle sleeper in case you need blood. Then we've got a vendor for all your crazy needs. Now these are really cool. This is where you can actually give yourself or cure the cure for the werewolf or the vampire. Okay, now I love this part. This is such a cool, fun idea. This is basically like a mini game where you've got people and animals running around through a room that's got all sorts of points that can fire magic at them, and you get to control the magic. And basically the point here is to just kill people and have fun. It's all about timing, so you just have to know with each button where the spell hits and how fast it takes, and then you've got to time it right. See, we just took out that Argonian there. And then afterwards you can even loot from whatever those guys would have dropped in this chest here. Now, and this is just a little side room with a coffin in case you're a vampire. Now upstairs here it gets a little more interesting. At the end of this hall we have a T that goes off in two directions. Now this first side is just a couple torture victims. If you'll excuse her purple underwear from CBBE. What I think is so funny is how nice these two are. They're like totally accommodating to you. Now in the other room here we basically have a guy in each one of these cages, and then you can throw on a flamethrower that's supposed to hurt them, but every time I've done this it just misses them and they stand there. Okay, so that's it for the torture chamber, but now here comes the big spoiler. Now this part I wasn't sure if I was going to show because initially when this mod was active and live years ago, he has a hidden area in it. And it's not the torture chamber, it's even more hidden than that. And it was called an Easter egg room, and you had to donate money for him to give you instructions into this room. Well, I recently found YouTube videos that do show this Easter egg room, and since there are videos available showing the room and the mod is no longer active, I'm gonna go ahead and show this room so you guys can see it as well. But please don't hesitate to go to his mod page and donate, endorse, and leave a comment. Okay, so we're back here in this room with the two switches and the guy on each side. You want to pull this middle chain. After you pull this chain, we need to go all the way back downstairs and back to where we first entered the torture room. Now when you first enter the torture room, down here on your right, you're going to see this little cubby here with a switch. And when you pull this switch, you kind of get locked in this room by flames. What we're going to do is you have to just run through these. They're not timed, so waiting doesn't help you. And run all the way back up into the room where we just pulled the switch. Now obviously you can see the big thing that came up out of the floor here. We just follow these stairs down, the Easter egg room. We get this cool painting letting us know we're here. And then over here is your first prize. Unlimited spam. With spam spawner. And then these are paintings of his earlier versions. He has made a tower for all sorts of games in Bethesda. These are pictures of the ancient towers. Now these buttons here will teleport you to different places in Skyrim. These are all the early versions for the earlier games. Like we have the Leveler's Broom Closet for Morrowind, the Leveler's Chest for Oblivion, the Leveler's Chamber for Fallout 3, the Leveler's House for Fallout New Vegas. And then here we have a list of his supporters and how much they've donated in the past. Now here we have a really OP necklace. And we've got unenchanted, stronger versions of the weapons that were available in the lab. And then last but not least, we have this little achievement station where you can add achievements. And that's everything. The Leveler's Tower by WilliamSea. One of my favorite mods. This was an early mod that was out early on in Skyrim. And when I first got into modding, I didn't know how to use console codes. I didn't know how to use any of that stuff. So a mod like this that lets you immersively change stats, features, and things was just amazing. It's multi-feature. You can use it as a house, a cheat castle. You have the arena. You have the little mini board game downstairs where you can torture and kill people. It's just got a lot to offer. I also like how when you start a new character, you can come in here and build your character up and start the game where you want to start in case you don't like the beginning or you want to test out a mod or something that requires you to be a higher level and you don't want to spend that time to get there. Just remember, when you download this mod, they have an ESP and an ESM version. I've only used the ESP version, but make sure you download both the resources and the ESP. Install the resources first and then the ESP second. All in all, I think this is an excellent mod and everyone should try this at least once. It's a whole lot of fun to explore the first time. And there you have it, the Leveler's Tower by WilliamSea. It's available on the Nexus, and I'll have a link to it down below in the description. Don't forget to endorse it if you like the mod, and I'm sure a donation would be greatly appreciated. Hey everybody, it's Howitzer here, and as with every episode, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, if you could leave me a like or a comment down below, it'd be really appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for all the new content. Thanks again, take care, have a great day, and we will see you next time.